Wow, good afternoon, everyone. I'm here with Belinda Bond, good friend of mine, who during the COVID lockdown did something truly remarkable. I mean, some people took up a new hobby, went running, I went running, but Belinda, you actually wrote a book. Is that right?
That's correct. I did.
And have you got a history of book writing? You
No,
know?
no experience whatsoever. I literally threw myself in feet first and just thought, I'm just going to have a go. I've always wanted to write a book. Like everybody says, everyone's got a book inside them. And it was a bit of a perfect storm, really. With the lockdown, I thought, you know what, if I don't want to do it now, when there's really nothing else I can do, then I think that means that I don't want to do it, basically. So, yeah, so that was the first initial thought.
So you use that time, and we all had lots of time to contemplate on our lives, and you kind of turned an idea into an actual reality. This week is a very important week for you because you're launching your book locally in Suffolk, and that must feel incredibly exciting.
Yes, it all feels a bit surreal. From an idea that I thought, yes, I want to get it down on paper. In what form, I wasn't really sure. And actually, the way it evolved really was really organic. Because people say, where do you start? You literally just start writing. It's not something that I've done before. And it just snowballed, and before I knew it, I was immersed in this book. It took me to a place I've never been to. It's set in Rangoon in Burma, where my mother and grandmother were born. I had lots of stories as a child, and I literally just immersed myself in the whole place with music. I used to play it right with my headphones on and put my Indian chill music on.
Wow.
And really, I off and away, because we live in an apartment. The first initial lockdown, it was 1 hour outside. And I thought, if I don't do it now, I think I'll quietly go mad. So for me, I absolutely immersed myself in it. And yeah, that was my escapism, I suppose. Could escape to Rangoon and amongst the
Wow.
people in the markets at the Shwedagon Pagoda. I did a lot of research and found incredible things about Rangoon that I never knew. And all the little stories that I'd been told as a child all started to add up into one big picture.
So now let me ask you, when you were, you've got your headphones on, you're writing 8 hours a day, you're writing, did you at that point think, I'm going to get this published, this is going to be a success?
Never. No, I think for me, it was such a cathartic thing to do that even if I just got it to a draft, I thought, my gosh, I could then just sort of, photocopy it and give it to my children as a fiction book, but with stories intertwined, because it is a fiction. I didn't really know enough about their lives as such, but I thought actually it'd be lovely for them to have that, because they've not been to Rangoon. And of that time when my mum and Nana were there, it was very different than it is now. So never in a million years did I think, oh no, that's definitely going to be a book, I'm going to publish it. I do work like that quite organically. I sort of start something and then it roller coasts into something else, which is the best way for me. Not everybody works like that, but that's how it works for me.
Wow. So if you have a story in you, then to just immerse yourself in that, have, not necessarily a lot of self-belief, just do it and see where it goes. And of course, yours has gone so far that you've got your books now in Waterstones.
Yeah, Waterstones online, which is, somebody said to me today, oh, I've never met an author who got their books in Waterstone. I said, well, that makes two of us then, because
oh wow. Wow. And so let's just talk a little bit about the book, because I know it's one of a trilogy. You're going to be writing two more. So tell me just, if you were to sum it up, in a couple of sentences. What style, what kind of, I know you've said it's fiction, but how else would you describe it?
It's a historical romance set in Rangoon in the early 1900s. And really, I suppose when it boils down to the bare bones, it's about relationships, good and bad. There's a main character, male, who is a narcissist, a manipulator. But then also it's how women that are around him, have relationships with him, react, and how he treats each one differently. So it's about life. And somebody always said to me, always write what you know. And I've had quite a varied life. I've experienced an awful lot. So actually, when you write it, to me, it was almost like therapy. Because you're going through characters that perhaps they might be a bit of you in there, you know, and you're saying things that perhaps you never said. So, you know, for me, just to write it was the most amazing thing I think I've ever done, obviously apart from marrying my husband and having my children. Yeah. But for me, yeah, I would say to anybody, have a go. Absolutely have a go, you know.
Wow. So you are now going to be launching it locally this week. Then I noticed you've got an online book launch as well. Can anyone come along to that?
Absolutely. I will try and see how I can open that up. If you go on
don't worry, Belinda, because we can just share links to anything that you'd like. My main thing is to encourage other people to, you know, find out more about how you've done this and grab your book as well. It sounds like a great read. I'm looking for my next read. So I would like to be plunged into life in Rangoon. It's called Her Father's Eyes, and the poster you've got in the background there is an amazing book cover. Where did that cover come from?
Well, I sourced the picture because in the book there is a fire and the daughter sees it. And I just saw that picture and I thought that's just so intriguing and simple. Yes. I'm not a flowery sort of person. I quite like it. Yes. And I just saw that. So I sent it off to an illustrator that I was told about. And I probably after about 40 emails, because I'm quite, we got it to where it is now. And I'm just thrilled. When she sent the last one back, the proof back to me, I'm like, you've absolutely nailed it. That's the one.
Fantastic. And I think what's happened is that on your journey of just deciding to do it, things have unfolded. People have come into your life to help you to do that, like the illustrator. So it's marvelous, isn't it? You know, and what next? What next? So I know you've got 2 other books to write. So how will you tackle those books now?
Yeah, so originally I was going to do it as a trilogy, but unfortunately it does put a huge amount of pressure on you. And when you write, especially like fiction, if somebody says to me, right, you've got to work between the hours of 9 and 5, that would, it wouldn't work. So I think I might do it as a series, so you can still use the same characters. Book number 2, because there's 2 children in book number 1, they will carry through in book number 2. So yeah, there will, it's like a trilogy, but not. But yeah. I mean, it might do 4 or 5 in the book. I don't know. It depends, because I'm sort of following the timeline of my grandma. So we've got to get right up to the point where they have to escape from their homes because the Japanese came to invade. So that's sort of way back up here. So I have got a long way to go yet. So,
wow. But I mean, the journey. You know, the destination is great, having the book in your hand, but the journey, you've got now lots of years of writing ahead of you. And I'm so happy for you. And I want to wish you all the very best with your launches over the coming weeks. And also, I'm looking forward to inviting you onto my radio show where we will discuss your favorite pieces of music on my time capsule show. So watch this space. So if anyone wants to get in touch with you, what is the best way right now?
The best way right now probably is email.
Okay.
So we can put that link on afterwards,
Okay.
if that's all right.
But you've got a Facebook group as well, haven't
I've got a
you?
Facebook group called Her Father's Eyes.
Yeah,
So
that would
you
probably be a good
yeah,
way.
pop on there, put in a friend's request, and yes, I'm, you know, we've got, I think, over 160 people on there, which is not bad for somebody that's not particularly social media savvy.
But you'll get there. And also, you know, your focus is on writing. The social media hopefully will trip alongside it. But thank you, Belinda Bond,
Thank you, Ellen.
author of Her Father's Eyes. I really appreciate you coming and joining me today.
That's lovely. Thank you, Ellen. Lots of love.